Update: my friend asked me to dress badly to her BF's party. Original post here. https www.reddit.com/r/AmITheAsshole/comments/11q786i/IATA for refusing to go to my friend's BF's party. First of all, thank to everyone for the advice. Most responses were not what I was expecting and really gave me a lot to think about. As surprised as I was that so many people said to tell Jamie, I did realize it was the right thing to do. So, I texted him and told him that Kate was insisting I dressed a certain way. Jamie called and explained. A couple of months ago, Jamie and Kate were out with a few of his friends. These same friends that I mentioned in my comments are not fond of Kate. And everyone had had a lot to drink. They were talking about how they met their SOs. And the story of Jamie and Kate meeting came up. Apparently during the telling of the story, Kate asked Jamie why he had decided to hit on her rather than me. And one of his friends joked that it was because he knew he didn't have a shot with the hot one. Me. Kate asked if this was true. And Jamie, having had way too much to drink, explained in a way that made it sound kind of true. He said he did notice me that night and thought I was attractive. Just seeing me. He said he would never have approached me because he knew he would never have a chance with someone like me. So in that way, his friend was right. He said that speaking to Kate was the absolute best outcome because he loves her and plans on spending the rest of his life with her. But even knowing this, Kate has taken this extremely hard. And even though she says she is over it, he's noticed changes in her behavior that seem to be related to that. He also admitted that he'd been planning to propose to Kate at the party and that is why he'd wanted me to be there. But after hearing this on top of the way she has been handling the situation previously, he won't be doing that anymore. After speaking to Jamie, I called Kate. She admitted that she had tied a lot of her self-worth in the fact that she'd finally been picked over me and now it felt like that wasn't true. She apologized for trying to solve her insecurities through me, but also said she wasn't sure she would be able to have me in her life as much as I had been with the way she's been feeling. As hurt as I was, I said I understood. She said she still wanted me to come to the party, since I'd helped organize it and she obviously dropped the absurd dress code. So I will be going to the party. I trust that Kate will communicate her boundaries to Jamie, but I don't plan on inviting him to any more events for the foreseeable future. I'm really sad that I've probably lost a longtime friend over the drunken awkwardness of other people. But I also get that Kate can't help how she feels. And frankly it's for the best not to be in a secret competition. So, yeah, I'm hurt, but I'm going to the party. Not a satisfying update, but an honest one. Update. Going through these comments has actually brought up a couple of memories that have, in hindsight, made me a bit uncomfortable. And I actually don't think I will end up going to this party. As much as the mutual friends will have questions and I don't know how much of the truth I will end up telling. I feel too weird right now to continue to be involved in this situation. A couple of months ago, Jamie and Kate were out with a few of his friends. These same friends that I mentioned in my comments are not fond of Kate. And everyone had had a lot to drink. They were talking about how they met their SOs. And the story of Jamie and Kate meeting came up. Apparently during the telling of the story, Kate asked Jamie why he had decided to hit on her rather than me. And one of his friends joked that it was because he knew he didn't have a shot with the hot one. Me. That's mean. He also admitted that he'd been planning to propose to Kate at the party and that is why he'd wanted me to be there. But after hearing this on top of the way she has been handling the situation previously, he won't be doing that anymore. Handling being insulted and called unattractive in front of a group of people she thought were her friends? Is Jamie not enraged at the person who said this? She admitted that she had tied a lot of her self-worth in the fact that she'd finally been picked over me, and now it felt like that wasn't true. That's sad. This is heartbreaking for Kate. You did nothing wrong. And she obviously was out of line with what she asked of you. But I can't imagine hearing your partner say that would be an easy thing to get over. Especially if she's insecure. She shouldn't have asked. He shouldn't have said what he did or exposed her to his friends if they have a history of not treating her well. I'm sorry you're losing a good friend over this. I hope she takes a step back from him and you guys patch things up. Their relationship doesn't sound all that healthy. It would be devastating to hear that your was so into your friend but thought she'd be out of his league, so talked to you instead. And it wasn't a, yeah, you're hot, but I was also very attracted to Kate. It was a, I know that you are, in present tense, out of my league, so yeah, that's why I am with your friend, and to know they share a special bond over a shared hobby and do that together sometimes. And the fact that the so can still admit that he felt friend was out of his league. If I were Kate, I couldn't help but question if my partner still has a desire, attraction to friend. Especially with how he worded things. But this isn't friend's fault. This could be a wake-up call that Jamie isn't the right person for Kate. It's human to feel insecure about something like this. It's something that I personally wouldn't want to live with. Maybe it would be seen as conservative, but I personally wouldn't maintain a personal friend relationship with my friend's boyfriend if this revelation came out. And if I were Kate, I would probably not want to stay in a situation that made me feel insecure, unsure, and second best. Something I'm not getting here. Why is he postponing the proposal? Is he doing it to give time to Kate to heal, or because he'll reevaluate the relationship? For me, it doesn't make much sense to pause his plans. Not when Kate is like this. Or maybe I'm dense. But he loves her so much. Right? What's the problem? This is so sad. On your first post, I was against Kate. But now that I learned all this new info, I think Jamie is the absolute asshole of this story. He's exposing Kate to people who don't like her, and now it has truly affected her self-worth. On top of that, he did practically confess to going after Kate as a second fiddle? I would be destroyed if my partner said that to me. It doesn't matter if the outcome turned out to be the best. I would need to reevaluate the relationship tbh. I truly wish for Kate to dump his ass and dish his friends. And, of course, she shouldn't have done what she did to you. You're completely innocent in this. It does sound like a good idea, for the moment, for her to step back from your friendship with her. Maybe that way she can start to think clearly and will try to mend things later on. I wish you both the best, and for Jamie to be dumped. Edit. Grammar. It's too bad that Jamie's friends are jerks. And Jamie needs to learn how to hold his liquor so he can control his mouth. Kate has hopefully learned the lesson that you shouldn't ask a question if you don't want to know the answer. I am sorry that your friendship has been damaged by this. And I know that it is hurtful to you. I hope that Kate is able to work on herself so that the two of you can eventually pick back up your friendship. Thank you for the update. I'm sorry that your friendship with Kate has taken a hit over this. Especially since most of the conflict over this situation was caused by Jamie's friends and Jamie himself. Jamie sounds like a real piece of work with bad taste in friends. So you dodged a bullet there. That's not something you should say in front of your partner. I hope Kate gets out of this relationship before it gets any more serious and you two can mend fences. But either way, be glad he didn't think he had a shot with you and that you can just walk away from this wild drama-filled mess. If Jamie loves Kate, he will be telling his friends who said that to her where to get off. NTA. having been Kate, the friend that guys would only talk to in order to talk to my pretty best friend or as a consolation prize. As sad as it is for you, distance is the only way she's going to be able to boost her self-esteem and start to acknowledge that she's stunning in her own light. Sadly, I'm not sure there's a future in her relationship with Jamie. His friends don't like her. His friends see her as second best to you and openly comment on this. Jamie admitted he only started talking to her as a consolation prize because he didn't feel like he'd have a shot with you. You two have things in common she doesn't share with him, and after she told him you couldn't make it, he called you up to make sure you could make it. None of these things are your fault, to be clear. It's not your fault straight men are cruel and will openly be harsh to women they don't find attractive or see as less attractive than the one they like. But if Kate decides she'd prefer to wait for the man who came across the room to talk to her because she caught his eye, for a man who doesn't let his friends make her feel second best, for a man who doesn't share things with her prettier best friend, then that would be fair. I wish you all well going forwards. I have to say though, Jamie doesn't sound great in all this. And it doesn't sound convincing that he's not interested in you at all. My sympathies are with Kate, but it is doubtful that she can continue her relationship with Jamie. It kind of reminds me of the play, Reasons to be Pretty, by Neil LaBute. Bottom line is that once a woman thinks that her does not find her attractive, there is kind of no going back. I hope Kate finds someone to talk through her problems with, and I hope she leaves Jamie because on some level, she is never going to trust him. Damn. Way to go, Jamie. Hope you lose half of ever sock pair and your beers are always lukewarm. What a sad situation. I'll be honest. This update makes Jamie more of an asshole than Kate. Kate is an insecure mess. But it seems Jamie is a big part of the reason why, with his gross comments and weird attitude. At this point I feel more sorry for her than anything else. You're still not the asshole. But I don't think Kate is either. I would just let it set a while. Kate seems to have some issues to work through, and maybe that will be easier with you not there. If it were me, and this is just my personal opinion, I'd tell her that she can take as much time as she needs and I'd be there if she needed me. She may come back. She may not. But it may help lift some of the weight. Wow, I really feel for you and Kate, and can say that Jamie is definitely not worth breaking up your friendship. I hope she realizes that. So Jamie was going to propose to her, but now he's planning not to because he doesn't like how she's acted after he wrecked her self-esteem. What an asshole. Poor Kate. Jamie's in awe. I don't care how drunk you are. You don't say something like that about your girlfriend, let alone one you want to marry. I don't blame Kate for being heartbroken. She deserves better. The friends asking a question like that are assholes, too. Honestly. Keep Kate. Ditch the rest. Edit. Misread and now see Kate ask the question. Oh dear. Jamie's still an asshole. And Kate needs therapy. Sad update. I do hope she gets some therapy, because those feelings of inadequacy and distrust aren't going to disappear just because you're no longer the She'll transfer them to new people. She really needs to address her issue now if she wants to eventually be able to have a happy life with him. And he needs to address his own issues. What a thing to say to someone you're supposed to love. I'm a Kate. I have not just one, but two BFS who are beautiful. Like, bring all the boys to the yard. Gorgeous and nice to boot. Going through high school, university. I used to joke that it was a friggin' nightmare being besties to those two. But my husband very much prefers dark-haired sassy women with a whole lot of attitude, which I deliver in spades. And he never seemed much overawed with my friend's hotness. Kate needs to find the right man who will make her understand that nobody else matters. Perhaps it will be Jamie. Maybe it will be someone else. But if she gets to that safe place, it won't matter how hot or not her friends are. She just won't care. I'm sorry you're going through this. And I'm actually sorry for everyone involved. And I actually agree with Jamie. It sounds like better to hold off the proposal and make sure their relationship is in a solid place before they try to move forward. This all could have been avoided if his friends weren't so rude. Sad for Kate and you. I mean, she should never have tried to control your outfit or do any of that. But all of this sucks.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.